nothing else on. What the hell? See what this is all about.
Emily, what about you?
I guess I would give it a try if I had the time.
Okay. Alright, so...
I do want to say, I think this movie is one of his better, newer ones.
Yeah.
You know, like, ever since, like, the late 2000s, his movies certainly have changed.
Yeah.
In some weird, like, a blockbuster way. Like, since Click, all his movies have been more blockbuster-like. And this is one of the better ones.
Yeah.
From what I can take away from this movie, rule number 7 is definitely in play.
What's rule number 7?
Always be specific when you lie.
Yeah. One thing that kind of bothered me is, like, they didn't really think things through. Like, when Jennifer Aniston gets the call from her children, she didn't really think about it because she knows she has children, and what if they got brought up in this situation? You could just plan ahead with certain things, because when you lie to someone, you have to really think.
Get you in a lie. If you don't know what you're doing, you're gonna get screwed.
Exactly. So, let's move on to this abomination called Grown Ups 2. Only me and Emily saw it.
I didn't see it.
But, for those who didn't see it, it's supposed to be a continuation of... Alright, it's a continuation of the
just
first...
the name of it sounds bad.
Yeah, just the name of it just sounds bad, but it's supposed to be a continuation of the first one. And the thing is, if you don't... Can I explain what it is first, Emily, before we can...
No, I want to say this. Like, Grown Ups 2 sounds like Grown Up Again, and that's just the stupidest title ever.
Anyway, but, like, if you don't...
That implies they actually grew up.
Yeah, exactly. So the entire title in general is kind of silly.
Anyway, if you haven't seen late night television, you're going to be very, very confused at what goes on, because there's the first scene you are automatically confused because all the characters are living in the same neighborhood, when the first one they live apart. But, like, since I watched Jay Leno and Jimmy Fallon, I kind of knew that they all moved together in the same neighborhood. One of the things that really bothered me...
Wait a minute, they don't even explain it?
They don't explain it at all.
At all?
At all.
They don't even say, like, we moved to this neighborhood to be with your friends.
No, there's no moving scene. There's no moving...
No, like a little bit.
There's no moving scene. Rob Schneider's cut from it completely. Another thing, there is no story yes, there is no story in the first one, but this one is literally nothing. It's like people doing stupid things, and we're supposed to laugh at it, and there's shameless fan service everywhere.
Grown up to get this movie.
Still sounds like the same plot.
But no, but like, you always see some half-naked person or some unnecessarily sexual joke when it shouldn't be there. And you could say that about the first one, but in the first one it was actually necessary. There was stuff going on. Here there's absolutely nothing going on.
This movie also looks like a who's who of Saturday Night Live alumni.
Yeah, and
I'm looking at the cast right now.
Dolph is the bus driver, and he gets abused throughout the whole movie.
Wait, so what does Late Night have to do with it?
Well, because, when Adam Sandler comes on, he says, oh, well, all the characters moved in the same neighborhood, and they're all supposed to be living in the same neighborhood and, like, enjoying life as they should. And, like, if you didn't know that, you're going to be automatically confused.
That's sad. That's really sad.
Yeah, and...
Yeah.
Another thing, David Spade has a child in this movie, and he has to be one of the scariest characters I've ever seen in an Adam Sandler movie. He's like...
Who?
David Spade has a child in this movie.
Alright, I'm now definitely not going to watch it.
No, that happened...
Who did he marry?
He didn't. He had a one-night stand with a woman, and she sends him to his father, and it's like, well, okay, I'm going to take care of you for the summer, but I don't really know what to do with you. It's like this giant delinquent kid.
Isn't he going out with some woman?
No, he's...
How ever did that woman have to be to fuck David Spade?
Alright, I'm not watching this movie.
Yeah, and, like, apparently he named her Hiccups McGee because when they were having sex, she had hiccups, and that's what he named her.
What's his name?
He named her Hiccups McGee.
What?
Hiccups McGee.
Oh god, really? They just call her Hiccups the whole movie?
Yeah.
Oh god.
And, like, just like
If
this...
I'm growing up with that name.
And, like, this character's, like, so scary. He's, like, the live-action version of Duncan from Total Drama if he was, like, no saneness to him. And, Taylor Lautner's in this movie, and he serves no plot purpose to it.
Yeah, he's a frat boy. As did Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh yeah, you want to know what the build-up to... Alright, so here's the build-up of the movie. You remember in the first one, like, Adam Sandler kept lying to his friends about, like, certain things, and everyone was lying, and they all had the confessions in the climax? Do you guys remember that in the first one?
Yeah.
Alright, in the second one, they're building up to this giant fight scene, like, the frat boys versus the town, because the town people took over the frat house's land, and the frat house guys are really angry about it, so during the climax movie, you get this really overly long fight scene that kind of reminds me of the fight scene during Suburban Nights, except not as funny. Are you burping?
There are no manners.
I'm putting this like a piece of metal across the.
You're fine, man.
No, I was rubbing this piece of metal across the microphone grill.
Sam, stop making weird noises. Got him.
Yeah, we're not editing this part out.
Okay. But oh yeah, and I forgot to mention there's a constant reoccurring joke that Kevin James's character keeps farting and sneezing and burping at the same time. And
Well, I walked in at that part and I said, "Are you kidding me? That's gonna be it."
There's a lot of cameos in this movie.
oh, and like just like there's so many unnecessary sexual jokes. Like you see like men's ass cracks, and you like.
You always think, always think sex jokes are necessary.
But no, but even for the men, even if I was a man, I'd still be offended by this. Like,
You know.
alright, Sam, would you want to go through a car wash and, like, you want to see all these hot women, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, well, the hot women are going to wash someone else's car, you're going to get all the gay guys, and the gay guys are washing the cars with their butts.
I saw that in the commercial. That scene looked hilarious.
It wasn't. It was just really gross. Like, he's washing the car with his butt.
That's the joke. And like Kevin James is there trying to hide in his seat.
And the thing is, like, the reason why he does it is because both of the husband and the wife are both cheating on each other in some form. Like, Kevin James is looking at this ballet teacher who's, like, really, really sexy. And then, like, the wife is looking at her yoga instructor in a really sexy manner. And turns out he's gay. So, it's like, oh, well, I'll make it up to you. We'll go to a car wash and we'll watch hot women. You'll like this. And then, like, we get the gay guys. It's like, really? And, like, it was just, like, mind-bogglingly stupid. Trying to think what else really, really bothered me about this movie.
Oh, this movie sounds like... that should be our censor sound.
No, I know there's one other thing about it. Oh, there's constant...
There's constant... Okay, Bernie, you go.
What the is wrong with you?
No, but there's constant bestiality and rape jokes in between there too.
Not funny.
Yeah, bestiality and rape aren't funny. But like, cause there's one scene where the guy who plays Dolph, like, he gets kissed by a deer and he's actually enjoying the kiss. And it's like, really? As if That's My Boy was not offensive enough.
That doesn't sound that bad, really.
Well, they had a
It was really,
back in the first Grown Up. Anyone remember that scene from the first Grown Up when he was drunk or whatever? What's his name? Was Higgins was drunk on the account? They were making a mix up to him or whatever, making think that he was dreaming, whatever, and he woke up in the closet and did the breast thing on his table, and he woke up with the dog or whatever.
Well, no, but we know he did not have sex with the dog. We know.
But can someone explain to me the commercial I've seen where Adam Sandler wakes up and there's a deer in his face?
That's the opening scene to the whole movie.
Why?
I don't know, and that's why I say...
They don't explain that either?
They don't explain that. Oh, no, wait, yeah, they do explain it. The little girl, she says that she let the door open so she can let all the animals in. And, like, so, like, this deer is, like, running around the house. He knocks over, like, the shower curtain. There's, like, one of the boys is, like, showering. And, like, the deer has, like, this bra on its head. And I was, like, thinking, oh, my God, this is really, really stupid. And I'm, like, I'm asking Emily, what just happened? And we were like, We were so confused.
What was the purpose of that scene? What did it establish later?
Nothing
It
was
establishes
nothing was relevant.
this movie is going to suck.
No,
Oh, yeah.
nothing in this movie was relevant.
It's basically a warning sign. It's like, forget, they need to put it up like neon sign or this movie will suck.
Oh, they also have this joke where there's a transsexual woman who looks like a man, and they're always making fun of her, and she gets
Wait,
like...
a transsexual woman that looks like a man. So are you saying she was a woman and now is a man?
Well, I'm not sure she's transsexual or she's a really butch lesbian. You never know.
No, I think she is a woman. She's very muscular. She exercises.
Yeah,
And
she
in the
kind of looks
universe,
like a
she just
female
looks like
version of
Hulk.
Hulk Hogan, if that answers your
Kind of
question.
rock brother.
But, like, her character...
I thought it was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's completely pointless.
A big mustache.
So,
That was actually my best favorite thing in the movie.
Yeah,
was
brother.
the things I thought I knew.
Oh, no, my
That's
favorite
the
part...
only thing-
My favorite part is, like, David Spade's son is, like, running after David Spade with a knife, and David Spade goes to the cops, he has a knife! And he's, like, crying like a baby. But that's grown-ups too for you. If you thought That's My Boy was ridiculous, this is even weirder. And that's saying something. I mean, That's My Boy, I'll admit, some parts are actually funny, but it actually has a story. This had no story, and it was going nowhere.
This should have been just called stupid people doing stupid things for 90 minutes.
Actually, it was an hour and a half.
Supposed to be called, wasn't
It was an hour and a half long. It almost felt like 2 hours. So I was asking Emily, is it over yet? Is it over yet? And, like, it just kept going and going. Yeah, it kind of reminded me of that episode from Nostalgia Critic where he's, like, reviewing the Troll in Central Park. It's like, is it over? And this movie just keeps going and going. Like, I had my mental breakdown.
It'll never end!
Yeah. So, does anyone have any final words before we end this episode?
Yeah, I'd like to bring something up because, like, because seeing Jennifer Aniston, I just was reminded. I went to see We're the Millers recently, and there was a blooper. Have you guys seen the trailer where like they're in the car and they're listening to the radio and the boy starts singing the song?
I don't think so.
Anyone else?
Sorry. Afraid
might
not.
Alright, well, there's a scene where, like, they're in the RV together. They're in an RV together, and there's, like, this rap song, and, like, the boy is, like, singing it word for word, and it sounds really gay. But there's a blooper at the end of the movie where they're like, hey, why don't we listen to some music to lighten the mood? And then the theme song from Friends comes on, and everyone looks at Jennifer Aniston. And I thought that was the funniest thing.
I'm supposed to be seeing it soon.
That's perfect.
Yeah, does anyone else have anything to say?
I'd like to end the show with this.
This is Chibi Fangirl signing off.
Telling me to grow up, get a sensible haircut. You're wearing too much makeup. Just grow up, blah blah blah. I can't hear you, blah blah blah. I'm not listening, blah blah blah. All I hear is blah 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 blah. You can have a lot of fun. In the rain, all your problems washing down the drain. Life's too.
Shampoo is better. I go on first and clean the hair. Conditioner is better. I leave the hair silky and smooth. Oh, really, fool? Really? Stop looking at me, Swan.